This is how I wave at people. I don't really feel how I look sometimes. Like, I put my makeup on and put a little bit of extra effort, but all in all, I feel like a floating head, and it's confusing to me that I have a body and a face. But here I am. My face will tell you things. Molly, the person who talks about things. So you had Valentine's Day last week, and you have the rest of your life with yourself to follow. There are many different ways to love yourself and boost your confidence and everything. There are many articles and videos and everything about it. And one thing that I've been thinking about lately is self-soothing. Self-soothing, if you didn't hear that through the rasp. I feel like this is a very important skill to learn or adapt or practice. Sometimes, of course, we need other humans and we need connection, but sometimes it's important to be able to emotionally regulate and to treat ourselves like we would want someone to treat us in certain situations, in all situations really. If you think of someone that you want to spend time with and certain qualities you like about them, those are certain things that you can bring yourself as well. If you enjoy being around someone who makes you laugh, for instance, who's to say you can't make yourself laugh when you're by yourself? Yeah, it might look a little crazy, but no one's looking. So it's ultimately about you and your happiness in life, I suppose. So, in the theater and drama, they talk about how close laughing is to crying. You laugh, and then it's right on the cusp, and then it turns to crying, or vice versa. Laughing so hard until you cry, or crying so hard until you laugh. That's, it comes from a very similar place. It's a very intense emotion. It's like at the peak, and it's very external and all that stuff. So I found that I sometimes will get myself in a tizzy about nothing. So if you find yourself making something out of nothing, maybe, I mean, sure, it's still validated. I still think that your feelings are important, even if it might be silly to someone else or when you zoom out. I think, I don't know if this will help you, but I'm going to give you like a step-by-step what I do in certain situations and what I found to be useful. And if it does help you, great. And if it doesn't, then toss it out. Also, if you're a narcissist, forget any of this. So you are freaking out about something little. Maybe you're being mean to yourself. You just had an audition and you're telling yourself that you're not as good as the others, and why do you even try, and you can't believe your voice cracked, and you just keep feeding yourself this negativity, and you start crying and moping, and you can't wait to go tell your friend so they can pity you and make you feel better, maybe. Well, why wait till you get to your friend when you could hold yourself? Step one, you feel it. You feel the feeling. Feel bad for yourself. Cry. Maybe if you're around people and you're in an uncomfortable situation, exit the situation. Go to a bathroom, your car, if you can. Just get some space to where you can really yelp, or cry, or exclaim, or just whatever, to the point where it gets weird. And give yourself maybe a time frame, or just like, don't do this forever, but give yourself time to feel it, and then let it turn into a comedy. Let this drama turn into maybe laughing, or realize sometimes if you zoom out and then like look at yourself and like what you're experiencing, maybe you're literally in your car like, blah, blah, why am I so weird? and it's getting even weirder, and that's kind of funny. So then you laugh, and you laugh to yourself, and that's weird, and then it's just like all sorts of emotions. This is very type 4 Enneagram, I'm realizing as I say this. So I find that it's very cathartic, though, to really just like experience all the emotions, have fun with myself, and then soothe myself. I gave you a step 1 and like a bunch of steps within it, so I think you're following, though. I don't need to do it. Maybe I will in the info section. But ultimately, if you look at yourself like you are your inner child, you look at your inner child. If you're soothing a child who just left and they're like, oh, my school project stinks, all the other kids were better or something, then you'd be like, you're special in your own right, and you'd reassure this child, and you'd maybe hug her or talk to her or validate her, whatever, you would be there for her. So I charge you to be there for yourself in the same way you would be there for this child. Be there for your inner child. What does your inner child need? Belonging, love, assurance, something. And then give her what you need as much as you can. So a lot of it is like reassurance, I feel like, for me. So literally talk to yourself verbally, that not just in your head, like really let it out. Where if there's a safe place for you to get weird, get weird. Like tell yourself, I'm smart. I'm really smart. I'm funny. Like it didn't feel good in that scenario, but I was out of my element. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. I love me. I love you. I love you, self. And just talk to yourself, affirm yourself, and be there for you, self-soothe. Self-soothing is huge and can create a bond between you and the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with, you and yourself. So I feel like that's very important to create that sense of trust in you, that you'll be there for you in that relationship, because that's kind of where confidence stems from. Being able to be there for you and not look outside as much will help you feel like a stronger version of yourself. And of course, like, also counting on other people is important too. I hope that you are giving yourself the love you deserve, because you really do deserve it, and you really are remarkable in your own right. And there are qualities you have that no one else has. And you are having thoughts right now in a place where no one else is having them at that moment. So you are unique in your own way, and I hope that you can see that and validate it. Because loving yourself and being there for yourself is a surefire way to enjoy the rest of your life. Because why would you want to be with someone who's miserable all the time? Granted, mental disorders suck, and that's another barrier. So there's a lot of exceptions, and that's why generic advice is always tricky, because there are so many, clauses, and not Santa Claus. If this helps you, great. I hope you have a lovely, lovely life. See you next week.
Oh, baby.